As you know, today is the day that Mr. Brewster is going to appoint a student to act as principal for a week. Now, whoever is selected will sit in on the faculty meetings and will be put in charge of some of the classes. This way, he or she will get a practical working knowledge of the job.
I bet I could tell him a few things about how to run this school.
Right into the ground.
Patty, make a great principal.
Yeah. Wouldn't Callie be surprised if they picked me instead of her?
Patty, would you stand up, please? I'm sure the whole class would be interested in what you were discussing.
I was just saying that I thought I'd make a good principal.
All right, that will do. I'm not sure Brooklyn Heights High is ready for you, Patty. Richard? Richard?
Yes, Mrs. Listen?
What are you reading?
It's a magic book.
If you'd like to try some real magic, let's see you get a passing mark in this course.
Mrs. Lesson?
Yes, Maggie.
Mr. Brewster would like to see Patty Lane. Pick me!
Patty, you may go to Mr. Brewster's office.
Congratulations!
Wait till Callie hears they picked me instead of her. The first thing I'm going to do is shorten the hours. Quiet! Hi, Holmes. Mr. Brewster wanted to see me.
Yes, he's expecting you, Patty. Go right in.
Thank you. Hello, Mr. Brewster.
Hello, Patty. I suppose you know why I've sent for you.
I have an idea. As a matter of fact, I've kind of been expecting it.
I might as well tell you the name of our student principal for the week.
Yes?
Your cousin Kathy.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day. Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves her rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
To the basketball game this afternoon, Patty?
I wouldn't miss it for anything in the world.
What time do you want to meet tonight?
Let's make it about 7:35. That'll give me a half hour for dinner and 5 minutes to do my homework.
Let's see a movie.
All right. What's playing at the Rialto?
I don't know.
Mr. Brewster's asked me to take over this class for Miss Riley today. Would you please open your books to page 130? Can I ask a question? Certainly, Patty. What's playing at the Rialto? I don't know. Would you open your book, please? Our homework for last night was on the purification of water. Water that is fit to drink is called what? Lemonade. Sue Ellen?
It's called potable.
That's right. Patty, what happens if you drink melted snow? You get cold tonsils. Maggie?
Pure snow has no iodides. You'd get a goiter.
Hey, then you can hold up your stocking. Patty, may we go on with the lesson?
Sure.
Teacher. Thank you. What happens if you put charcoal in water? You get wet charcoal. Patty, Dirty water? All right. If I hear one more word out of you, Patty, I'm afraid I'll have to give you a demerit.
Oh, please don't do that, teacher. Think of my family. This could leave a Spartacus light my whole life.
Consider yourself blighted. Patty Lane. 1 demerit.
See that? My own cousin stabbed me in the back.
We'll make that another demerit.
Don't lose your head, Patty. She's serious.
Richard? Oh, don't give him a demerit. Just put it on my check. I'll do that. Be my guest. Now, may we go on with the lesson?
The lesson is never trust a relative.
You all realize that we're having a chemistry test tomorrow.
Gee willikers, I broke my test tube.
All right.
Let's hold it down. Kathy's just trying to do her job. Let's try and help. Thank you, Patty. As for the demerits,
Kathy, how is your class getting along?
just fine, Mr. Brewster.
Is that a demerit list?
No, not really.
Patty Lane, 1 demerit. 1 demerit. 1 demerit.
Mr. Brewster, Patty didn't really do anything. You see,
I do see. I realize this wasn't easy for you, Kathy. I respect you for it. Patty? I want to see you in my office after school. You can plan on spending the rest of the afternoon there.
oh, but there's a big basketball game this afternoon.
You can read about it in the Bugle. Keep up the good work, Kathy.
How many T's in traitor? Please, Mr. Brewster, you've got to let me go. I'm the team's mascot.
No.
I'm in charge of refreshments.
No.
I'm responsible for the tickets?
No.
Mr. Brewster, this is the big game of the year. The team can't win without me there.
You're going to have to try.
Just because my former cousin Kathy came up here and said a lot of terrible things.
Patty, were you talking in class?
Yes, Mr. Brewster.
Repeatedly after you had been warned?
Yes, Mr. Brewster.
Would you have carried on like that if Mrs. Riley was in charge of the class?
No, Mr. Brewster. But Kathy's just my...
Kathy was put in charge by me. There were 2 reasons for that, Patty. First, because it was an honor that she merited. Second, because it was an opportunity to test the class in self-discipline. When I want fun and games in this school, I'll schedule them myself. You stay in the outer office and do your homework.
When can I leave?
When the basketball game is over. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, darling.
Gee, I'm sorry I couldn't get home for dinner. That editorial meeting went on longer than I expected.
Interesting?
Dull.
Things have not been dull around here.
Oh? Where are the kids?
In the dining room.
Oh, I think I'll pop in and say hello.
I'd suggest that you go by dog sled.
Dogs?
I wouldn't be surprised if it started to snow.
You don't mean Patty and Kathy are still feuding?
They make the Hatfields and the McCoys look like Damon and Pythias.
Would you like some milk?
No, thank you, Ross.
How about you, Patty?
No.
How about some cake, Kathy?
Yes, I think I will, Ross.
Patty?
No.
Well, good evening, children. How's everything tonight?
I'm all right, Dad. That's about it.
Ross, dear, if you're finished, why don't you run along?
I think it's going to get interesting.
Girls, now you have a problem. I think maybe I can help you settle it. I've sat on a few arbitration boards, you know. The most important thing is to sit down face to face and discuss your problem.
You're absolutely right, Papa. And I think that makes great sense. And I'm willing to do it any time. As long as she is not in the room. She's really mad. She didn't even eat her dessert.
I'm going to have a little talk with her.
Please don't, Uncle Martin. Patty's right. She's being blamed for something that I did.
Kathy, you're not being very logical. Patty's being punished for what she did.
I was going to throw that demerit list away when Mr. Brewster walked in.
You're all hard.
Ross.
Please don't ask me to stay. I've got homework to do.
Kath, what kind of a world do you think this would be without discipline? I mean, if everybody could do exactly as he pleased.
Chaotic, I suppose.
You bet it would. Now, Patty is a natural-born leader. But her problem is that she's been leading for so long that she's just never gotten a taste of what it feels like to be led. So she really needs to learn discipline.
I think you're right about sitting down face to face. And I'm sure I can explain that to her. If she'll let me in.
She'll let you in.
Oh, of course she'll let you in.
Have you seen our room? It looks like no man's land.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck to all of us.
Expecting World War III?
It's already started. You stick to your side of the room, and I'll stick to mine.
That's going to be difficult.
Yeah? Why is that?
Because I'm on your side.
Ha!
Patty, I'm sorry about what happened. But it wasn't all my fault.
Oh, listen, why don't you put it in writing and slip it under the door? Oh, boy. Where are you going to set up the machine guns? What do you want? Richard's downstairs. Shall I send him up?
Tell him I'll be right down.
I'll give him the word, General.
Patty, let's have a truce.
That's what you want. It's what we both want. Good. I couldn't stay mad at you anyway.
Friends.
Friend.
Come on to the movies with us. I was going to stay in it. As soon as I get dressed, I'll meet you downstairs.
Checkity check. I'm glad we made up. I feel a lot better.
So do I.
Hi, Kathy will be down in a minute.
You mean you and Kathy are talking again?
Sure. Who can stay mad at Kathy?
I thought it was the end of a beautiful friendship.
Never. I really love that kid.
Well, I'm glad to see the Cold War's over.
Hey, Maggie, that's a cute sweater.
Oh, thanks. So's yours. You want to trade?
Sure.
Okay.
What gets into them?
Don't ask me. I'll never understand women if I live to be 30.
Great basketball game this afternoon.
Yeah?
It was tie score right down to the last quarter.
Yeah?
You should have seen old Butterfingers dribbling the ball down for the winning basket and he fell flat on his face.
You should have seen him.
Oh, what happened then?
Oh, didn't Kathy tell you?
Kathy? How would Kathy know?
Well, she went to the game.
Kathy went to the game?
Yeah, she kind of went with me.
What do you mean she kind of went with you?
Well, you couldn't go, and Mr. Brewster asked her to be in charge of the refreshment stand, so she...
So while I was up there cracking my head on calcium carbonates, Kathy sneaked onto the basketball game with my boyfriend.
She didn't sneak off, Patty. It was broad daylight.
I'm ready. You Benedict Arnold, don't you come near me! Patty? Are you asleep? I know you're awake. How was the movie? I checked to see what was playing at the Rialto. It was 7 empty coffins. The same picture you saw last week. Do you know? That makes 14 empty coffins. I called Dr. Fair tonight. I was worried about you. He said that if you didn't use your voice, your mouth could freeze shut. They'd have to feed you through a straw. I told him how you were behaving. He said not to worry about it. He said a lot of 7-year-old children act this way. Patty, it wasn't my idea to go to the game. Mr. Brewster sent me. All right. Don't talk to me. But if you wake up in the morning with very long ears, don't blame me.
Did you hear that?
It was thunder.
Oh. I thought maybe it was cannon fire from the girls' bedroom. What happened? I thought that they were all made up.
Patty claims that Kathy broke the truce, retroactively.
We may have to refer this to the United Nations.
Mustard on your sandwich?
Yeah, thanks. Oh, we're pretty lucky at that, I guess. I mean, they usually get along very well together. Patty never reacted so strongly before to being disciplined.
I think there's more than that involved.
Oh?
Patty never said so, but I have a feeling she was expecting Mr. Brewster to appoint her.
Oh, now we're beginning to get somewhere. So Patty's ego was injured twice. Once when she lost out to Kathy and once when she was punished. Well, now I know we're going to have to refer this to the UN.
Isn't there something we can do, Martin? It's killing both of them to fight with each other, but Patty's too stubborn to admit it.
She gets that from your side of the family.
She has a lot of pride.
She gets that from my side of the family.
Martin, why is it that everything good Patty does comes from your side of the family and everything bad she does comes from my side? Couldn't you sleep, Kathy?
I'm afraid not. Patty's up there threatening me in her sleep.
I told you it wasn't thunder.
Would you like a sandwich?
No, thank you. Just a glass of milk. I'll get it.
Kath, how long does this appointment of yours last, anyway?
Too long. Until the end of this week. By Friday, I won't have a friend left in the world. I wish he'd never picked me.
Yeah, if he just picked Patty. Kath, do you have the right to appoint anybody in the class to help you?
I don't know, Uncle Martin. I suppose I could if I needed help.
Kathy, you need help.
Okay, everybody, hold on to your hats. Guess who's teaching this class? Me! I guess Kathy bit off a little more than she could chew, so she asked Mr. Brewster if I could help her out. Poor kid. Well, the old master's here, so everybody, let's get to work. My motto is, everyone gets an A. I guess this is the hour for history, so let's crack our books at page 273. The war with Spain.
Si, senorita.
Okay. You all be on the Spanish side, and I'll be on the English side. Now, this beef wasn't just with Spain and England. There were a lot of other countries stewing around in it. Portugal and France.
It's kind of a beef stew.
Beef stew. Well, now that we know it's cooking. Who knows why England went to war with Spain?
I know, Teach. The tamales were too hot.
I'll give you a hint. Turkey was involved.
There wasn't enough dressing.
All right, fellas, look, I like a joke as well as the next guy. But we have 15 pages of history to get through today. Okay. Who was Ferdinand?
He was a bull.
Oh. Okay, if you don't want to do it here, I'll just assign it for homework.
Homework?
That's right. Okay. I want you to identify for me Charles V, Henry IV, Philip...
I know who Philip is.
Who?
He's my cousin. He has a little meat market.
That'll be enough out of you, Alfred.
She thinks she's Mr. Brewster.
All right, Alfred. That's one demerit.
Excuse me. Don't worry about it, folks. I'll take care of it. You've heard of the great Houdini? Well, I'm Horrible Harrison and his magical bag of tricks. A little wave of the handkerchief.
That's it! All right, the show's over. Let's get back to the war with Spain.
Another magical effect of the handkerchief. Anybody want to buy a sock?
Richard, if you do one more trick, I'm going to give you 10 demerits.
She has a great sense of humor. You've heard of a barber pole? Well, I've got one right with me.
All right, Richard. You're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Can I have that list, madam?
Richard!
How are you getting along, Patty?
Oh, just fine, Mr. Brewster. We were just discussing the war with Spain.
What's that, a demerit list?
Oh, no, sir. I mean, not exactly. It's more...
Well, looks like you're having your own little war in here.
Not really, Mr. Brewster.
Richard Harrison.
Yes, sir?
I want to see you in my office at the close of school today.
As one of our great presidents once said, if you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen.
10 demerits. And I gave them to him with my own little pencil. Mr. Brewster will give him life. Did his tricks work?
That's beside the point, Ross. He shouldn't have been doing them in the class.
He'll never speak to me again. And I don't blame him.
What would have happened if you hadn't stopped him, Patty?
How do I know? I'm not a philosopher. I'm just a poor, sick kid who's lost her boyfriend.
He'll come back, Patty.
Yeah? By the time he works off those demerits, he'll be too old for me. Guess who? I'll get it. Go ahead. Hit me.
I didn't come over to hit you. I came over to tell you that I can't take you to a movie tonight.
I don't blame you for being angry with me, Richard. You have every right to be. I tried to get Mr. Brewster to take back the demerits, but...
I'm not mad at you, Patty. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty proud of you.
Proud of me?
You bet. You had a job to do, and you did it.
You see, Patty?
I can't take you to the movies because I've got about 6 hours of homework to do.
Oh, Richard. I'm sorry. I'll tell you what. I'll come and sit with you while you do it. It's the least I can do. Come on. Good night, group.
Patty, tomorrow's the last day. Would you like to take over some classes?
Certainly. As one of our great presidents once said, if you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
You're gonna be late for class, Patty.
I can't help it. I lost a book.
Well, I'll see you at the shake shop after school.
Patty, you'd better hurry. You're going to be late for class. I can't find my history book.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I'd probably never pass the test anyway.
Patty, why don't you try positive thinking?
Okay. I'm positive I can't pass the history test. I'll see you later.
Hi, Patty. Are you going to the shake shop after school tonight?
I guess so. Why?
Would you do me a favor? Tell Mr. Anderson I won't be there.
Sure. You mean you'd be late?
No, I'm quitting.
You're quitting your job at the shake shop?
Oh, I can't help it. My grandmother's sick and I have to go back to Detroit with my folks this afternoon.
Oh. Well, who's going to take your place?
Oh, he'll find someone. The kids are all standing in line for that job.
George, how much does he pay you?
$15 a week to work after school and on Saturdays. And all the ice cream I can eat.
All the ice cream you can eat?
You'll take care of it for me, won't you?
George, consider it taken care of.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bouquets, different as night and day. Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Hi, Mr. Anderson.
Hello, Patty. What would you like?
A job.
Oh, I don't need any extra help. I have George.
Not anymore, you don't. His grandmother's sick and he had to go to Detroit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'll have to get someone else.
That's what I was just telling you.
Oh, I need someone with experience. You've never worked behind a fountain.
Mr. Anderson, I spend more time in this place than I do at home.
I was thinking about a boy.
Think about a girl.
Look, I'm a leader, right? Right. I'll lead my flock right in here. This place will be so jammed they won't be able to get in the doors. Why, look, it's Donald Donut. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Donut. There's a 3-hour wait. Oh, and Clara Cupcake. Oh, you want Patty's table? I'm terribly sorry, Miss Cupcake. You'll have to stand in line like the rest of them. You've been here since noon? I am sorry. Yes, yes, I know. She does make the best sodas and sundaes in town. Oh, I believe you're next, miss. Oh, no, it won't always be like this. We're moving to larger quarters next month. What do you say, Mr. Anderson? Please?
It gets pretty busy in here, Patty. You'll have to take care of the fountain, wait on tables, check the receipts.
Will you give me a chance?
All right, we'll try you out. $15 a week.
And?
And all the ice cream you can eat.
Mr. Anderson, I'll kill myself for you.
Oh, I don't think that would be necessary.
What do you want me to do first?
You'd better check your ice cream.
My ice cream.
Patty, can we have some service, please?
Sure, in a second. Yeah.
I'll have a kitchen sink, chocolate, strawberry, and tutti frutti, all the nuts, no cherry, and plenty of whipped cream.
One kitchen sink, chocolate, strawberry, tutti frutti, hold the nuts, no cherry, and plenty of whipped cream.
I'll have a flaming desire with a peach instead of a banana, rocky road and orange ice, and hold the syrup.
One flaming desire, peach instead of banana, rocky road, and orange ice, and hold the syrup. One kitchen sink, chocolate, strawberry, tutti frutti, hold the nuts, no cherry, and plenty of whipped cream.
I'll have a pink elephant. Hold the elephant, an extra dip of banana ice cream, no whipped cream, and plenty of syrup.
One pink elephant, hold the elephant,
an extra dip of banana ice cream, no whipped cream, and plenty of syrup. 1 flaming desire, peach instead of banana, Rocky Road and orange ice, and hold the syrup. 1 kitchen sink, chocolate strawberry tutti frutti, hold the nuts, no cherry, and plenty whipped cream.
A chocolate soda, please.
Okay, chocolate soda, fine.
Wonder how long Patty's gonna hold that job.
As long as she wants to.
It's terribly difficult. I bet she doesn't last a week.
Oh, I bet she does. Patty has a wonderful memory.
Yeah, that's right. She does.
Gee, I'm terribly sorry. I forgot one of those orders. What did you want? 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 45, 50. 50, 50. $5 short. 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mr. Anderson, the most amusing thing just happened. I was just checking the cash receipts, and I found I was $5 short. Oh, what do you do in a case like that? Fire someone, that's what you do in a case.
Did you finish checking out your receipts, Patty?
Yes, Mr. Anderson.
Did it check out all right?
Yes, sir. To the penny. You are, Mr. Anderson. $50 and 50 cents.
Fine. You can run along now, Patty. You must be pretty tired.
Oh, no, not me, sir. I'm strong as a horse. You do want me back, don't you?
Oh, I certainly do. Good night.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Good night.
Hello, Patty.
Hi, Papa.
What happened to you?
I got a job.
You didn't.
I told you you'd be shocked. I'm working every day after school and all day Saturday.
What? I think that's wonderful. Where are you working?
At the shake shop.
How'd all this come about?
I heard about a vacancy. I applied for it. I got it. Bene, vide, vici. I came. I saw. I conquered.
Thanks. How much do you get paid?
$15 a week. And all the blisters I can raise. She gets to eat all the ice cream she wants. Boy, I'd work for nothing. Papa, speaking of working for nothing, could I have a little loan from you?
Well, now that you're part of this country's labor force, I guess you're a pretty good financial risk. How much would you like?
$5. Thanks, Papa. I'll give it back to you on payday. Oh, and, since I'm practically earning my own living now, I won't be needing my allowance anymore. Can I have her allowance?
May I have her allowance?
May I have her allowance?
No.
Well, if I wasn't going to get it anyway, why did I have to get grammatical?
Hello, darling. Well, what do you think of our working girl?
I think it's wonderful.
How are your feet?
Great.
Look at the condition of her feet, and not a complaint out of her.
You know, you picked a pretty tough job, Patty. Do you think you're going to be able to stick it out?
She'll stay there until the ice cream runs out. Sure, I'll stick it out. What do you think I am, some kind of quitter?
No. I think you're some kind of wonderful girl. I'm very proud you're my daughter.
Thanks, Papa. If I had the choice of all the sisters in the world, I'd only want you. Thank you, Ross. Now can I come in tomorrow and have a free soda? N-O.
Hi, Ross.
Hi, Richard.
Is the queen of the ice cream parlor home?
Yeah, she's home. You know, she refused to give me a free soda. My own sister.
Oh, you can afford to buy one.
It isn't the same thing. There's something about a free soda.
Mike, hi, everybody.
Oh, good evening, Richard.
Hello, Richard.
You all set for the strike and spare bit?
I assume that means you're going bowling.
Bowling.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing. I'm ready. Let's go bowling.
Is she all right?
Patty's had a very hard day, Richard.
You mean she's knocked out from those few hours she worked in the shake shop? Are we going bowling or not?
Right away.
She's gonna be the life of the party.
Richard, I think it would be better if Patty didn't go. I'm sure she'll feel fine tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Come on, Patty. I'll help you.
You understand, Richard?
No, I sure don't. I mean, Patty and I have gone dancing for 4 hours without stopping. And she was as fresh as a daisy.
Well, that comes under the heading of pleasure. You see, what Patty did today was work. Yeah, I think it was quite a psychological shock to her nervous system.
Boy, I sure was proud of Patty today. You should have seen her. She was racing around taking orders and delivering milk and working behind the fountain. We all went to the rally without her. She stayed on and worked. Boy, she's quite a girl.
Oh, we've decided to keep her.
Not much longer.
What does that mean?
Well, just that sometime in the future, I hope that, All right.
Drink your milk.
Boy, I'd like to get my hands on whoever invented cows.
Morning.
Morning.
Where are the girls?
Kathy's already had her breakfast. Patty's still asleep.
At this hour? Isn't she feeling well?
She's just tired.
She's been carrying trays in her sleep all night.
I have to get accustomed to the idea of Patty's being a working girl.
Don't get too used to it. She won't last that long.
Patty may surprise you.
She's already surprised me. She isn't gonna give me a free soda. I bragged to all the kids at school that my sister's working at the shake shop. I'm a laughingstock among the younger generation.
You'll get over it.
A thing like this could give me a traumatic experience. Whatever that means.
That means you've been watching too many doctor movies on The Late Show.
If I watch just one more, I'll bet I could be a brain surgeon. Scalpel. Suture.
Natalie,
Don't look at me. He knows he's not supposed to watch the show.
then why do you watch them, Ross?
Because they're there.
Well, I don't mind them being there. Just make sure you're not.
Yes, sir. Well, there goes a whole career down the drain.
Patty, get up.
Desire, pieces instead of banana. Oh, hold the flame.
Patty.
What time is it?
Let me put it this way. If you walk in the classroom door in about 10 minutes, you'll be just in time for your chemistry class. 10 minutes? Why didn't you wake me up? We've been trying to since 7 o'clock. Oh. Are you sure this job is a good idea?
Certainly.
Where else can you get paid to go through a physical fitness program? Hi, I'm sorry it took so long.
Come on, 3 more.
Okay. 3 more. Oh, I got you soda. Yours.
Patty, you were waiting.
Not now, Richard. I'm very busy.
Patty!
Yes.
Patty, we're hungry.
Sorry, I'm doing the best I can. They'll be ready in a second. Excuse me. Yes.
Where are the sodas?
Oh, they're coming. I forgot. I'm sorry. $5, 36, 37 and a quarter. 39 and a quarter. I'm $2 short again. Boy. Well, I'm improving.
Almost through figuring your receipts, Patty?
Yes, Mr. Anderson.
Did it come out right?
To the penny.
Would you like a banana milkshake before you go? You've reached the point of no return.
Point of no return?
That's what I call it when I've had a new clerk long enough so I begin showing a profit again. Tomorrow is Saturday, so I'll expect you open the store at 8 in the morning.
8 o'clock? Yes, sir.
It's good.
Don't ruin your appetite.
No, I won't. Gee, I wish Patty would get home. I can't wait to spring my little surprise on her.
She'll be so thrilled.
So you don't suppose she's seen the papers yet, do you?
I'm sure she hasn't. Her job keeps her pretty busy.
She really loves it, doesn't she? I'll bet she wishes she'd taken the job a long time ago.
Martin.
It's the last one. I can't help myself.
Patty, you look terrible. I feel like the inside of a milkshake. I can't keep it up any longer. Then don't. Don't worry. I won't. Do you know where I'm going to be at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning? Asleep. And I'm going to sleep right through till summer. Boy, no wonder they call them soda jerks. Well, I just handed in my resignation.
Hello, darling.
Hi.
Well, home is the hunter home from the hill and the sailor home from the sea. How's our little working girl?
I want to talk to you about that.
Yeah. I've got something I want to read to you first. This is my editorial in today's Chronicle. In an age when teenagers are too often thought of as a group of juvenile delinquents, perhaps it's time that someone pointed out the other side of the coin. Time some tribute was paid to the hundreds of thousands of decent youngsters who are our junior citizens. Because of a few loud-mouthed, ill-mannered hooligans, we tend to forget that the great majority of teenagers are courteous, respectful young men and women, determinedly training themselves for places as leaders of tomorrow's America. This writer is as guilty as other parents, intending to underestimate our children. We have a teenage daughter in our house. We watched her begin a job a few days ago, and we confess with shame that we thought it would be a passing fancy, losing out to more important things in life, such as movies, basketball, and television. We were wrong. This is our apology to her and to the rest of young America.
Thank you, Papa. What to say?
Oh, you don't have to say anything, honey. Actions speak louder than words.
I think I'll go up and have a little rest. Excuse me. I have to be at the shake shop at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Patty, you can't go on like this.
I'm hooked. If I quit, I'll let Popo down.
I'm sure if you told your father what this job was doing to you, he'd understand.
He'd understand I'm a quitter.
I don't know how I got mixed up in this. But I seem to be representing teenage America. You know what he wrote about me? Yes. But it wasn't meant to be your epitaph. How long are you going to keep working?
Until I'm old and stupid. I'm already stupid or I wouldn't be in this mess.
Well, I see we have a new conscript.
What's a conscript?
Conscript is someone who's been drafted for a job.
You mean kind of like a slave?
Kind of.
That's me.
Thanks, we're almost through.
Say, did Patty go out
No, I think she went to bed.
this early?
Martin, do you think this job's too much for Patty? I have a feeling she's working too hard.
Oh, I think she's having the time of her life. I worked in a drugstore when I was a kid. I had a ball.
You weren't cheerleader, editor of the school paper, captain of the girls' hockey team, and mascot of the basketball team.
I wasn't captain of the girls' hockey team.
I think Patty's doing too much.
Well, maybe she should give up some of her other activities. I think it would kill her if she had to give up her job at the shake shop.
This will kill me.
Do you know how much a tray full of flaming desires weighs? 10,000 pounds. Patty, would you like me to substitute for you tomorrow? Kathy! That's the greatest thing I've ever heard. No, I couldn't do that. Why not?
Because it would make a phony out of Papo's editorial.
I appreciate it, Kath. But I got myself into this one, and I'll have to get myself out of it.
I want to talk to you.
Hi, Richard.
I thought we were supposed to have a date last night.
I've given all that up.
Giving all what up?
Dating, cheerleading, school paper, and you.
You're kidding.
No, I decided to become a drudge.
For how long?
Until I'm too old to work for Mr. Anderson anymore and he throws me out.
You'll have to find someone younger to go with, Richard.
Well, why don't you just quit?
I can't. I'm an institution. Mom and Pop came into the shake shop yesterday.
They just sat there, watching me.
You've seen the looks on their faces.
No, I'm afraid it's goodbye, Richard.
Patty, why don't we...
No, Richard, there's no point in discussing it. There's nothing that could... Richard, will you take me dancing tonight?
Dancing? Well, you just said that...
I've changed my mind. Look who's back.
I'm back.
Oh, George. I love you.
Say, isn't it about time that Patty got home?
Yes, they got an early start. They were going to 2 movies, a newsreel theater, and the bowling alley.
Of course, you know, I'm glad that George's grandmother is feeling better, but it's too bad Patty had to give up her job, isn't it? Was she very disappointed about it, Kath?
Oh, I'm sure she was, Uncle Martin. But she'll get over it.
I won't. There goes my last chance for free ice cream soda.
Oh, not necessarily.
Hi, group.
Hi. Guess who just bowled 240?
I did.
Spoil sport.
Well, Patty, I was just about to spring my big surprise.
You wrote another editorial.
No, it's even better than that. On my way home tonight, I stopped off at the shake shop.
You did?
Yep. I had a little talk with George.
With George?
Mm-hmm. We need a copy boy on the paper, and George is taking the job. Mr. Anderson said that he'll expect you at the shake shop tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find
They laugh alike.
they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
This is the only room I've ever seen that needs a spring cleaning every week. So I'm not neat. Hey, I wondered where this picture album was. What's so funny? You. This picture was taken a few days after you came here.
I didn't look like that.
Oh, yes, you did. I look so foreign. I'll never forget how excited we were when we knew you were going to come to live with us. I was pretty excited too, Patty. Being brought up in Europe was fun. But Father was right. It was time I got to know about America. None of us even knew what you looked like. All I knew is that my glamorous cousin who'd lived all over the world was going to come to stay with us. Even Richard was pretty excited. He came over that morning before we went to the airport. He couldn't wait for you to get here.
Has your cousin Kathy arrived yet?
Her plane's due in an hour. We're leaving for the airport now.
That's a big choice, isn't it? Coming all the way from Scotland to live with you. Well, I've made my mind up, Patty.
You have?
I've narrowed it down to you and Sue Ellen. And I've decided to give you my pin.
Oh, Richard. You can see that everything was under control in that department. But in the next room, Papa was having his daily war with J.R.
J.R. may be the publisher of the New York Chronicle, but I'm still the managing editor. Fed up with his changing my editorials. What? I know he only changed one word, but the word was don't. I don't know when I'm coming in. For 2 cents, I'd hop a jet for Tahiti and never come back.
Things are improving. Last time it was Alaska we didn't go to.
Oh, it's J.R. again. He's driving me out of my mind. If I've told him once, I've told him...
It'll be late, Dad.
Let's hurry. If we're not at the airport to meet Kathy, she might turn around and go back to Europe.
Yeah, we better get going.
I wonder what Kathy will be like. I'm nervous. Isn't that silly?
Oh, of course it's silly. She'll be wonderful. After all, she's my side of the family.
As it turned out, the traffic was terrible, and we missed the plane. When we got to the airport, you'd gone. Naturally, we were worried. But none of us had any idea that in less than an hour, our innocent little visitor was going to destroy the whole Lane family, single-handed.
Meet Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day. Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe, and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet, still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Mr. Castle, I finally reached his house. The housekeeper said Mr. Lane left very early this morning for the airport.
Just exactly what did Mr. Lane say when you talked to him this morning?
He said that for 2 cents he'd get on a jet and never come back. But he was joking.
I'm not laughing. Nobody is indispensable around here except me, Miss Gordon. Lane can be replaced. He has exactly 1 hour.
Yes, Mr. Castle.
We got jammed up on the expressway, and there's no sign of her here at the airport. There hasn't been any word from her at all?
No, I haven't seen hardly heard of her.
Well, she has the address. She'll probably head for the house. We'll be right home.
Isn't that Mr. Lane's daughter?
It sure is.
Mr. Castle's office.
Oh, am I glad to see you. Where's your father?
My father's in Glasgow.
He's done it.
Excuse me, but I'm looking for Mr. Martin Lane.
Quit? Martin Lane wouldn't quit this paper. He's indispensable and he knows it. Who said he quit?
His daughter, she's here. He's in Scotland.
Don't be ridiculous, Miss Gordon. What would he be doing in Scotland?
Probably sitting on the bonny banks of Loch Lomond fishing.
Very well. If that's the way he wants it, that's the way he's going to get it. Clean out his desk and send for Albert Marcus. I'll have a word with that young lady. You, janitor. You, janitor. Take that name off the door right now.
Yes, sir.
And as for you, young lady, you can take a message to your father. I hope he enjoys living in Scotland.
Isn't Mr. Lane employed here anymore?
No.
Perhaps that's why he couldn't meet me at the airport. I'll try him at home. Hello. I'm here.
Well, don't just stand there. Go clean your room. It's a mess. Folks will be back in a minute. Look at the mess. I stepped on 3 pole anchor records just trying to get to the window.
Pole anchor?
She's lost. She might have gone to the police.
Maybe she did. I'll call.
Come on, Ross.
When you're through, I'll call the office. I'll bet they're falling apart down there. JR probably thinks I'm halfway to Tahiti by now. She's here. It's her. It's you.
Hi, Richard. Come on in.
No, thank you. I just came to give you a message from Sue Ellen. She says to tell you she is crazy about my pin.
Sue Ellen?
I thought he was going to pin you, dear.
He'll come back when he gets hungry. Missing persons.
What's cooking? Mrs. McDonald's wigged out. She's flipped. She thinks I clean... Holy moly! It's me! By the stone of Scone. It's I.
Kathy. Oh, Kathy.
Welcome, Kathy.
Oh, you look so much like Father.
Martin, look at her. It's amazing. Why, they look exactly alike.
Gee, I don't know if I can stand 2 of them.
We've been so worried about you.
I couldn't figure out what happened to you. Oh, I've had quite a time of it. First, I couldn't find you at the airport. And then when I arrived here, a strange boy popped his head in and kissed me. Is he yours? Well, he was. He's Sue Ellen's now. I'm so sorry.
Kathy, we're so glad to have you here. Come and sit down, dear. You must be tired. Are you hungry?
We'll make you something to eat.
No, thank you, Uncle Martin.
Tomorrow, I think I'll take you downtown to the office and show you around.
Oh, I'd like that. What work are you in?
Well, I'm managing editor of the New York Daily Chronicle.
I mean, what work are you in now?
I'm I'm the managing editor of the New York Daily Chronicle.
I was up there. They were scraping your name off the door.
Don't be ridiculous. They wouldn't.
New York Daily Chronicle.
Hello. What's the name of your managing editor?
Albert Marcus. Would you like to be connected?
Albert Marcus. He couldn't wait to get rid of me.
I'll never forget that day. None of us will. Papa lost his job. I lost Richard. I felt like a jinx. I was ready to turn around and go back home. I'm glad you didn't. Look at all the excitement we would have missed. I know. I guess the first time we realized the possibilities was when we tried that mirror routine. Mirror routine? Oh, yes. That was fun, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. We were pretty good, too. Even had me fooled for a while.
Marshall?
Okay, now, when I say go, wait a beat, then go. And go. I'm sorry. Let's do it again, all right? Ready? Go. You goofed again. Goofed? Goofed? Yeah, messed it up. You know, snafu'd. Don't you speak any slang?
I'm afraid not. You know what they say. Next scary fastest omnia.
Who says that?
It means it isn't necessary to know all things.
You speak Latin. The only Latin I know is Paul Anka. What else do you do? Do you like to dance?
I like music. Father and I went to the opera quite often. As a matter of fact, the night before I left Edinburgh, we went to see Johnny Skeeky.
Johnny who?
Johnny Skeeky. You know. O mio bambino caro, mi piace bello.
Hold it. You lost me way back on Bambino. I'll bring them today. Give me a week and I'll have you rocking the mashed potato.
How is that translated? You don't know what it means to rock the mashed potato?
Guy, it's like running into somebody from another planet.
I feel as though I am from another planet. Everything is so different here, Patty. And so big and fast.
It's a bit frightening.
Do you have any idea what a weapon we have in our hands?
What do you mean? Separately, we're two girls who have a few talents. Just like anyone else. You're a brain, I like sports. You like opera, I like to dance. But together, we're really on the beam.
On the beam?
With it. We can be in two different places at the same time.
Do you think we could really fool people, Patty?
Let's find out.
How?
Any objections?
Not in the least. I think I will descend below and inquire how Aunt Natalie and dear Uncle Martin are getting along. Am I interrupting, Aunt Natalie? Am I interrupting, Aunt Natalie?
Of course not, Kathy. We were just saying how wonderful your being here is going to be for Patty.
As a matter of fact, she could use a steadying influence.
Patty isn't as mature as you, dear.
She's a bit flighty.
She's a three-wheeled monster. Perhaps my being here is going to be an imposition on everyone.
An imposition? We've always wanted another daughter.
You have?
Yes, and now that we have you, our family's complete.
Just don't let Patty rope you into any of her kooky schemes.
Is your room comfortable?
Yes, very.
Because if it isn't, why, we'll get Patty to change with you.
Oh, no, I wouldn't think of it.
Well, remember, this is your home now. Sometimes Patty can be a little selfish.
A little selfish?
So if there's anything of hers that you want, you just let us know.
Actually, I just came down to tell you how wonderful everything is. Excuse me.
I have a feeling they're going to get along just fine.
What happened? It worked. Now, if you'll kindly keep your mature self out of my selfish way, I'd like to be alone. Patty? Patty, did I do something to hurt you? Hi, folks, what's cooking? Hi, folks, what's cooking? Hi.
Must you use that slang, darling? I wish you'd try to talk a little bit more like Kathy. How are you two getting along?
Swell. She was just down here.
Oh, yeah, we had a nice talk. I think it made an impression.
What'd you talk about?
You, mostly.
We want to do everything to make her feel at home here, Patty. We told her she's as much our daughter as you, that she can have anything she wants in this house.
Including your room. You didn't.
Yes, we did. We want you to be very unselfish. Your clothes should fit her nicely.
Yeah. Ross, can I talk to you a second? Sure. Ross, can you stand a shock? Sure, Kathy. You knew. Certainly. Boy, you should have heard me needle Patty. Fella doesn't get a chance like that too often. Well, she hates me. I have to prove to her that I'm on her side. I'd like to help you, but that's one place I've never been. Don't know what to do. Yes, I do. Will you get Richard for me? Sure. Oh, Ross, I think I'm on the beam. Hi, Richard.
I can only stay a second.
Before you split, there's something I want to say to you.
Sue Ellen's very jealous. What is it?
This.
I'll get my pin back from Sue Ellen. Why did you clobber me?
I'll show you. Yell, Patty.
What?
Yell, Patty.
Patty?
Louder.
Patty!
Richard.
Holy cow, I've got to hear him.
What are you doing here?
Well, you called me. Well, she called me. Who called me?
I did. He's going to get his pin back from Sue Ellen. Oh, Kathy.
You're Kathy?
Catherine Margaret Rowan Lane of Glasgow.
Boy, are we gonna have fun.
Who's we?
How am I gonna know who's who?
You'll know.
Do you realize this is the first leisurely breakfast I've had in 15 years? If I were still a slave to that paper, I'd probably be giving myself ulcers over the morning edition. Boy, it's really great not to have to go down to the office. Oh, it is. You know what I'm going to do? I think I'll... Well, maybe I'll...
Have another leisurely breakfast.
Aren't you late for school?
I'm going.
What are you girls going to do today?
We're gonna dress in identical clothes, fix our hair alike, and go around the neighborhood and put everyone in shock.
I think, maybe I'll just wander out and have a look at the morning paper.
I have a feeling this is going to be the shortest retirement on record.
No, it's flat. Flat.
It's flat. There's no flavor. There's something missing.
Martin Lane.
That traitor.
He's the best managing editor in the country.
Who said so?
You did.
And what's he doing with his talent? Fishing his life away in Scotland. Cable our correspondent in Glasgow right away. Tell him I want Martin Lane tracked down right now.
Yes, Mr. Castle.
That's game.
Set him up again.
Oh, Dad, do we have to play another game?
Yes.
Mom.
Martin, dear, why don't you call J.R.?
No, sir, I'm having too much fun around here.
Are we gonna spend the rest of our lives playing checkers?
Maybe.
It was all a misunderstanding. J.R. thought you walked out on him and his feelings were hurt. Wouldn't do any harm just to call and say hello.
Well, I suppose I might do that. Would you excuse me, son?
Sure.
Sure.
Hi, Mom.
I'll bet you did put the neighborhood in shock, Patty.
How do you know I'm Patty?
Now, cut that out. We've had enough confusion around here.
Don't worry, Dad. I can tell them apart. Can't I, Kathy? He has amazing perception for a child. Boy, when I grow 6 more inches, am I gonna get you?
J.R. Castle, please. Martin Lane.
Just a minute, Mr. Lane.
Yes.
We've got Martin Lane.
Hold him on the line. We've got Martin Lane in Scotland.
Hello, Martin. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
Sorry to disturb you in the middle of the night this way. How are things over there?
Like, they couldn't be better. How's everything over there?
They're fine over here, too. Just fine. How long a vacation are you planning to take?
Vacation? Now, just a minute. What about Albert Marcus?
Well, we'll discuss that when you return from Scotland. How soon can you get back?
He thinks I'm in Scotland. Well, I don't know, J.R. Beautiful country over here. The heather is in season, and
All right, Martin, you can write anything you want, only just come back.
That's a deal. I'll be back in time to put out tomorrow's Bulldog edition.
Fine, Martin, fine. Have a good trip.
Goodbye, J.R.
Terrible overseas connection. He had to yell all the time.
Did you hear that? He's going to quit messing with my editorials.
Yeah, no more checkers.
And it's all because of you, Kathy. You're the most exciting thing that's ever happened to this family.
I only told you.
So, everything turned out all right after all. Papa got his job back, I got Richard back, and you joined the family. For a while there, I didn't think I was going to make it. Do you know what I love about you, cousin? Yes, Tom Sawyer. While you've been talking, I've been cleaning the room.
You staying in this evening, Patty?
Yeah, Mom. I'm gonna curl up with a good book. Mom, do you think Kathy's personality has changed since I took her over?
What do you mean since you took her over?
Well, since she's been living here.
I think you've both probably changed a little.
Remember how shy she used to be? She could never get a date. But I taught her.
She's a lovely girl.
Yeah. Do you know what she did for me all morning? Helped me with my homework. Do you know what she did for me all afternoon? Cleaned up our room. And do you know what she's doing for me all evening? Seeing a movie with my boyfriend, Richard. Good night.
Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square.
But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair, but they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.